Hey guys, it's Monica at Academic Phoenix Plus, and welcome to another reaction. This one is going to be about Luca from Disney Pixar. It was highly recommended that I watch this trailer, so here we are. I'm going to do a reaction, and then I'm going to analyze the footage and highlight some of the interesting aspects of this trailer so I can point out how artistic and wonderful Pixar and Disney is. So this video was highly recommended. I'm really excited to watch this because a lot of my friends work in Disney and Pixar, so I'm very curious about what type of beautiful work they're creating. So hi guys, my name is Monica. You guys may know me as Academic Phoenix Plus, and I am a 3D artist. I have worked in the industry for over 9 years, and I also teach for the past 10 years. You can find a lot of my video tutorials online, and you can also find free 3D models, free tutorials, free trainings, and so much more at academicphoenixplus.com. So check it out. So once again, this is going to be a 3D artist react to Disney's Pixar Luca. So I'm very excited. It looks extremely stylized, extremely unusual for Disney and Pixar. They have a tendency to have this particular type of style. So I'm very curious what this is going to look like. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. Little Luxo lamp, the classic. Oh, this is pretty. Wow, really stylized. Whoa. Scopa. Sorry, guys. I actually have been to Italy, and they do play a lot of Scopa there. When I was visiting there, I got to play a lot of games, and I was getting actually pretty good. Now I can't remember how to do it, but that was a while ago. But yes, they like to hang their clothes, and it's kind of traditional. But beautiful styles. Look how rounded cornered those edges are. Look at the tile, the nice lens flare that's being covered by this cloth, the transmission or the translucency of the material. Really interesting and beautiful.
Anything. We just gotta stick together.
We underdogs have to look out for each other, right?
Underdogs. Look at that.
This is gonna be
Sorry, I'm
the
gonna have
best.
to rewind. It's because I'm already transfixed. So you can see that they're using these deep blues to signify evening, and then you have these warm lights that are from, bulbs. And even though that is happening, these characters blend in, but because they're animated and they're moving, you see them. So they stand out even though they fit into the environment. And I love her hair. This is so unique. It's almost like yarn, like this. I almost feel like I just want to pick them up and squeeze them. They're like dolls, and I love that little high. I'm always looking at highlights where they are, where the light source is coming from, and you can see that her nose is a little bit almost like crooked. So a little nook right there, and she's just so cute. The materials. Look at the fuzzy sweater. They go in and actually add fur to the cloth. So it's just gorgeous and really, really great.
Underdogs have to look out for each
Look
other.
at the characters. How interesting. Big heads. So obviously they're kids. Their feet are also large. So it's like looking at puppies. We like puppies because they have big heads and little hand, like little bodies and big toes. So it's really fun what they're doing here. And just love the environments. Notice the little grass, the little pebbles, things like that. That really makes it a unique environment.
Right?
Underdogs. This is gonna be the best summer ever.
Beautiful. Look at that outline. Wow.
Go right down every road.
Very sweet.
See the whole world together.
Oh, grass.
It'll be amazing.
Andiamo! Which means like, let's go. And just to let you guys know, it's andiamo ragazzi. That's what they used to tell us, which was, come on kids, let's go. Andiamo ragazzi.
But there's
Oh,
just one
that's
thing.
cute. Oh.
Whoa, wait! Did you see that?
No one can find
Oh,
out.
wow. Oh, here comes the twist.
Please don't take
Interesting. So when they hit water. Oh.
Where did you boys say
Oh,
you
look at the
were
cat.
from?
The guy doesn't have a mouth. Very cute. Great. Really, really short, but really fun. And now I'm going to go in and analyze it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to start at the beginning. The sound, you can immediately know that we're heading towards some sort of ocean environment because you can hear the ding ding and the ocean sounds, and it's also the birds cawing. All right. So lots of energy already with the music, but you can see that they're using the rule of thirds to divide this environment. So there's this horizon line right here, and it could be placed anywhere if you think about it, but they placed it specifically in the rules of thirds, and then you can see this town. Lighting wise, if you take a look, the what's called the bound sides, which is basically there's direct light which is coming from the sun, and then you have this indirect lighting. It's blue, so you have this really warm, almost green sun light, and then the shadows is in fact blue. So this is what's really great about stylized animation is that in reality this would be kind of like a darker color, like lack of light, but because we're in animation, they make it more saturated. And then you can see the brightest item here is this. You can see like this beautiful little town. I mean, it looks like a matte painting. It looks like somebody took this and painted it. Like everything's very flat, everything's really close, and the only reason why we know there's depth is because of the haze. So there's a little bit of that distant fog that as you get further away, it turns more blue because of the haze. They've captured that really well, but it's at the same time everything's really condensed. So it looks like it is this painting. And I'm really surprised is the way how everything is so smooth. Like even the rocks, they're usually very jaggedy, have smooth edges. So it's very stylish, very different, unique compared to what they usually do. If you look at the animation dinosaurs, I mean, they were really pushing photorealistic. The dinosaurs wasn't that photorealistic, but the environments were photorealistic. And this is going the exact opposite. It's going from super photorealistic to super stylized. Long buildings. There's not a straight line in sight. You have edges, you have curvatures, you have all sorts of stuff. There's really no like straight line or not an obvious straight line. Everything's very curved. So it's really fun, really interesting. Now, one of the challenges in film is how do you make something be alive and full of vigor and excitement? So this would be a town. You have a lot of people there, which, by the way, sometimes if you kind of look at characters, they're actually recycled characters, except they have different hair, different clothes, and sometimes the earrings change. So that's how you can use similar features. But if you change those specific things, they look like different people. So if you want to really take a look, sometimes you'll recognize the same model except with like different hair and stuff like that. So one of the unique things about this is that to make something look like it's busy, you have to have people in it. How do you tell the audience what they're supposed to look at? And the way to do that is by having an object that's in faster motion. So even though there's a lot of things to look at, our eyes immediately go to here because A, it's a little reddish, but B, it's moving faster than everybody else. Furthermore, I am in love with the way they did this. I believe I can't remember what film did this, but they created something similar that the further it got away, the more stylized it was. And was it Spider-Man? Oh boy, I can't remember. But it starts losing its contrast and its definition the further it goes. And I believe it's some sort of shader that they created to do that. And of course, Disney and Pixar has this huge engineering department that focus on this type of look development. Notice how close we are and how detailed everything is, and then it kind of flattens and it looks more painterly. It's so beautiful. The lighting over here, nice. So this is there's always divisions. You always want to look for divisions, and you'll see this line right here. It kind of divides it. So this is already divided in like half horizontally, or sorry, diagonal. It's nice. I cannot believe how stylized they went. That is so unusual. I'm shocked, but it's beautiful. Look at his cute little freckles. Look at his little red nose. You can sunburn. You can tell that he's outside a lot because the sunburn is coming from the top and then going down like a gradient. Because if you were tanning, you would be lying flat and the color would be even. But because he's standing and being exposed to the elements, you get a sunburn at the ear tips. So I love that they added that. The eyes are really simplified, but they still have a lot of depth. Those teeth are great. The cloth, look at the difference between the cloth and the skin. Look at all those details that they added in there. It's just incredible. There's stitching, there's buttons, and the hair is like almost in chunks. It's just stunning. And then take a look at the environment around it. You have like the stone, the original texture is breaking. Like someone has to go in and create that. It's just phenomenal. Scopa, there it is. I guess no soccer around here. That's kind of sad. Beautiful characters. You can see that they share similar color schemes, but the other characters kind of stand out a little bit more, especially the girl with the red head. She really sticks out.
Can go anywhere.
Look at the entrada, the arrow. It's just beautiful.
Do anything.
Beautiful stuff.
We just
Look at
gotta
this.
stick
Um, this is again, we have a division here. So the character is still in the sun. There is a shadow forming a division, so you know there's something above him. It's just a really great cinematography. But what's really stunning about the way they lit in 3D, which is what's amazing about it, is that it's not an even shadow. You'll notice that the edges have a little bit more pink around the corners compared to what's on the inside. So there's this almost like semi-translucency. And I know they have specific tools that develop this type of shadows, but it's when you look at it, you can see that there's like this gradient. Pixar and Disney are famous for like the way they light things, which has a form of gradients, like lots of gradients. So in this case, we have dark to, still dark but lighter, and there's this great division in here.
together.
So again, you can see that there's a little bit of a division here just because they're kind of boxed in. Our eyes focus immediately here because there's a lot of motion. And this is all it's just really well highlighted. So there's this pipe that kind of breaks it apart. It just kind of keeps them in this little box and our eye automatically goes there. And the character's looking at them, so it helps us see what we're supposed to look at. But look at the Via Revello, La Gazzetta, Giornale di Portorosso, all Italian stuff. It's great. It's really fantastic. This bulb right here, that's cool. The rust, just take a look at the rust. You can see that areas are losing their color. There's moss underneath here, which means that there's water and things are growing there. So this town is not ancient, but it's an old town. You can tell that it's got some age to it.
We underdogs.
I just want to point out that they purposely put characters where they're divided, right? So we get to focus on her by this division. So this must help us focus on her. Not that she needs that much help in focusing because she's got so much red hair, she'll stand out no matter what. But it's still important to place her in a space where people will focus on her. And you can see the depth of field, he's really blurry, but it's important to kind of know that he's there listening. And us as a camera, we're behind his shoulder.
Have to look out for each other.
This is great. You see the line of action here? In animation, you always have this line of action that goes from here up. So it makes us feel like there's a curve and there's energy. His line of action is a little insecure, so therefore it's not, a little less secure. So that's why he looks like this. And she's also has a line of action. So think about when you're posing your characters, think about the line of action.
Underdog.
Okay, I gotta rewind that just because. And I believe there you go. I just like looking at the textures. They look, she's got little freckles, and I don't think this is the highest quality. I'm going to see if I can get a little higher here. But look at the freckles that they gave to her, which would make sense for somebody that has such light features. But if you see, he's got like a red elbow. Nothing's even. Everything's a little blotchy, and you can see the knuckles are also a little bit darker. His fingertips are a little bit darker. So they just pay so much attention to detail. That's what they're famous for. I already talked about this, but this is like a painting. I bet they had a concept art of this and somebody just recreated it, which is kind of like what they do is like they give you a concept art and then they show you something else. I'm going to turn on a light because it seems a little dark over here. Okay. Speaking of cinematography, this is really amazing. I know it doesn't seem much. Oh, look, they're just looking outside a window. But the fact is like they didn't have to do this, but Pixar decided that, you know what, we're going to look through a window to see them walking through the rooftops. You'll notice that this is more desaturated. There is a little kitty cat sleeping here. This character, I'm sure it's recycled, but she's only there for a couple of seconds. So again, it's just to make sure that what it does is that it resets our eye. So instead of having this broad sense, this is really open, we suddenly feel enclosed. And it kind of resets our eyes so that we focus a little bit more on the character and that particular area. And it also makes us realize that there's more, people are living in this town. And then we open up again. I just want to state the lighting here. You see the nice rim lighting. We know just by that information that there's the moons right over here. So it's casting this beautiful light. And then you'll see that there's the window right here. It's warm. So it's giving him that warm feel. Again, all of this is on purpose. If it could have been all blue, but Pixar is famous for its gradients, and that's a gradient. So they'll add a window, they'll put a nice warm light in there so we can get a nice contrast between blues and yellows and really give this character depth. This is so amazing. This is another picture similar to that window shot, but look at it. It's got a moon in the background. It's got the character just hopping around with its amazing little skip. If you watch the animation, it's fantastic. She's got so much personality. Look at that. She's jumping down. You got a big smile, which it's very stylized because you wouldn't, it almost looks like peanuts, I guess. But the way she moves, jumps, it's a little skip, just really great. Overlapping, weight, and then his hesitation. Gorgeous. So stylized. I cannot believe how stylized this is. I'm just blown away by it. Oh, look at his, this must be in the past. His clothes is made out of like weeds or something. Look at that grass. I mean, foliage is always a challenge. So the fact that they're using grass, I mean, it's Pixar. Let's be real. It's Pixar and Disney. They can definitely afford foliage. This is probably all like generated procedurally or something cool. You see that division? Whee! They're using the environment to divide the shot. This is nice. It's very similar to that window scene. It's just resetting our eyes. So now we're going through different environments, but now we're enclosed in a cave, so they're exploring. But at the same time, it makes us feel enclosed now. Before it was wide open, and now we're enclosed. So it's just it's a really great way to kind of take us into understanding what's going on with the environment, but also like resets our eyes when it comes to footage. And the reflections and everything, of course, the animation's gorgeous. L'universo. That's great.
Amazing.
Andiamo. Brings back memories. Whee! There you go. Wow. They're like little monsters. If I saw them earlier, maybe would have been kind of scared, but he's cute. This one's a little scary, but look at the tails. Gorgeous tails and the color. He's more green, blue. This one's purple, yellow, so they match. Or they kind of complement each other. He's more fits into the water. This one really stands out a little bit more, but very definitely interesting colors.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I love his.
No one can.
These seagulls are hilarious. They remind me of Nemo. They're like mine. Some beautiful scales. Let me go back. Look at that detail. It's almost hand drawn. It's really great. Man, look at that water. Stylized too. It's not photoreal. I bet if we looked back at the trailer, these things that were already there. See, they're right there in the scene. Long, but still rounded. So, according to character designing, anybody that's really rounded like this represents kindness. And the whole town's very round, very soft. Now they're frowning, so obviously they're not happy. You know, we know that in general, they're probably really good people. That looks like fun. So I'm going to rewind a little bit because you see the scales on a different specularity. So specularity is the highlight of things. So you can see this is specular because it's juicy, like not juicy, but fleshy. But notice how the specularity and the bump map are here. It's really incredible control. Take a look over here as well. Just like that noise and information and highlight. It's just great. The only reason why I bring that up is because when I went to school for this, I had to create a fish-like creature. And I just could not capture that specularity. It was driving me nuts. And then Finding Nemo came out. And I was trying to analyze, like, how did they do that? So that's why I'm a little bit obsessed with fish scales. That's great. Let me see that transition. It could be shader or it could be post. That might be post. And what I mean by post is that it happened after it was done. That's great. Look at the scales. I want to see where that ear... Oh, okay, so it just kind of appears. And the hair too. I'm just looking at the way they transition it. Nice water effects here. Push, that's a lot of water. That's great. Look at that. Even those they individually move. Oh, look at that specularity. That's gorgeous. That's great. Look at his shoulder. Look at the panic. This is the squash and the stretch. It's great. Yep. Look at those eyes. Whoop. They really did an amazing job.
Ah!
So I'm gonna look at the environment just because, like I said, I lived in Italy for a little bit, but this is how they drank coffee. I remember that a lot. Remember ruining two of them because I forgot that I was making coffee because I walked away and then it just melted everywhere. Oh, my bad. This is a lot of accurate things here. I'm just in love. It's funny that they have knives here now that I'm looking at this. You've got some pumpkins, I guess, scoring here. The ovens, it's just the details in this thing is just phenomenal. And a picture, there's a picture here, so it might be significant.
Where did
Look at
you
him, he's amazing. Still intimidating because the camera is below and you can't see the eyes, you can't see the mouth, so you can't tell what he's thinking, but the way they've laid him out looks pretty scary. And then the cat,
I'd say you were
suspicious cat. It's so stylized.
from?
Let me go back to the title. Here we go. Luca. Cool. Well, I hope that was informational. I think it was beautiful. I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to watching it, of course. I watch every Disney Pixar film out there, so especially when it comes to animation. I love analyzing it. I love looking at the credits and seeing my friends there. It's really wonderful to see this new stylized version. Like, I'm still blown away about how far it is from previous pieces. But I also know that they've been trying to kind of break away from it with their shorts. So they have like the Pixar Sparks, I think that's what it's called, the Sparks shorts. And I believe that they're trying to go a little bit more stylized. They did some 2D with the kid and bull. They've done some 3D animations. So they're really trying different things. So I'm going to applaud them for that because that is something that's really great. I think we're ready to see something new. I'm excited. I'm really excited about this. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment below. I guess my question to you guys is, do you think that we're going to go see their world? Like maybe the girl with red hair is going to end up underworld to their village, underwater village. I think that I don't know how she would survive that, but this world seems a little magical, so why not? What do you guys think? What's going to happen? What's the great adventure that's going to happen here in this film? Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment below. And of course, if you want to see more of these, please like and subscribe. That always encourages me to make more. So don't forget to hit the little button as well, the little bell. Take a look at academicphoenixplus.com for tutorials, free 3D models, and free trainings, and so much more. So if you have the time, please take a look at academicphoenixplus.com. Thank you so much for watching. Keep creating, and I will see you next time. See you later.